Games, many people know me as Percy Demon Blanc because the group of Guillotine Games is a bunch of frogs from France, and I'm the only one who is not actually French. So they insisted at the beginning that I had a French name. Don't ask me why. Well, but in reality, my name is David Preti. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Guillotine Games. And thank you for attending this little presentation. And we will have a first part where I explain you a little bit how Zombicide came up to our mind and who we are, and then we move to season 3 and other stuff that might be interesting for you. So who are we? As I told you, a group of French mainly, Raphaël, Nicolas, JB, Edouard, Rico, Raphaël and Efrit, so we are quite a number in the company, and all of these guys, they come from a company that maybe you know, Rackham. It was a miniature company that miserably failed some years ago, and this group was the core group on the artistic team, and we are very good friends. They contacted me at the time I was running Das Games, that is another company who did some games in the past, and since I was leaving Das Games, they asked me if I wanted to do something else, and zombie were the most important thing, so we started together. Raphaël and I are really the two co-founders of the company, and Raphaël is a game designer of Zombicide, and also is the one taking care of all the miniatures, so he's the miniature director. I take care of what is art, so 2D, mainly 2D. Then we have Nicolas, who is dealing with Facebook, forum. He's the poor guy who is always insulted by everybody. And JB is a game designer, and that's the only thing he does, because anything else he's not able to. And then we have Edouard Guiton and Rico. Rico is putting in color the concept of Edouard. And Rafa and Efrid, they are the two main sculptors. We use other sculptors, but these two guys are the ones doing most of the work. So, the spirit of Zombicide, liberté, égalité, fraternité. That is the motto of 1789 French Revolution. You know, the French are all communist. No, we're not. But it resumes the three values that are represented in the game, because we have liberty, because at the end, even if you have a set of rules, you can do mainly what you want. It's your game, and we are not really fixed with you have to apply these rules or it doesn't work. It's not Games Workshop. So, equality, because you have played the game, so and you know exactly that every time you are facing one of the group who wants to be the alpha dog, it will die miserably during the game. And brotherhood, because it's cooperative, and of course you have to back your friend. At the time that we created Zombicide, we were thinking, what's on the hype? And we were reading that a series of Walking Dead was going to be broadcasted. We were just looking around and, okay, what do gamers love, especially board gamers? And why you have to choose Zombicide and not another zombie game, because there's plenty of zombie games in the market. And so, okay, this is the hype, of course. This is, you see, in the last 4 or 5 years, starting with Marvel Zombies, Resident Evil, Survival Guide, Walking Dead, Left 4 Dead, the World War Z, Zombieland, and I think we can make 5 slides continuing with this zombie theme. And at the end, I have 45, so I start being on another age. And at the end, what I like when I play is not to have a manual that is so big and complicated, because I'm getting older and stupid. So what I want is simplicity, velocity, and depth. So you can really, if you combine these 3 elements together, I do believe that maybe the hardcore gamer will hate you because they think, oh, this game is too simple. but we will get a larger group of gamers. One thing that is very interesting for Zombicide is that women actually love to play Zombicide. And this was quite astonishing at the beginning, but then we realized that the reason is because it's very simple to understand, and you can play also with your kids. Quality of material is very important. We learned this during the Rackham times, because if you provide a product that you care, that you love, probably the customer will understand. Solo play options, because we are all geeks and we like to play alone as well. So this is an important component of the game. Replayability that we give through different missions, different games and other stuff. And at the end, fun is the most important thing. So, okay, we think that we do think that our miniatures in the board game industry are the best one you can find. And I collect many board games. I play different board games, and I really do believe looking and buying all the other games that are in the market, that really we are producing the best you can find. Art and graphic design, there are plenty of products that are very good, but again, we are really taking care of all these aspects because we do believe that it's an important sale. Then what we do? We have built a strong community. We have today probably 12K Facebook followers. That is quite an important achievement. And we give free content and exclusive material. So there are normally 2 free missions for free on free download in our site. We created the gaming night kit for the shops, so they don't bitch too much that we don't give them exclusive material, because this is one of the points. The other point that we have tried to achieve is to create a sort of hybrid business model that is taking the miniature model, so a lot of variety in sculpts, in product, into the board game. This is the reason why we made a special guest. We make the box of zombie, the dogs, the tiles, because at the end we have this cross with board games and miniatures, because we are doing really something that is in between, and it worked. Of course, we are not selling at the same figures that we're selling the board game, but we're very happy. And at the end, the need of everything is not a real need. Eventually, what you really need from all you see here are the zombie dogs and the dog's companion. The rest, honestly, you can buy it. I'm happy. If you don't buy it, it's the same. It's not really changing your game experience. And then we have the season 3. It's nice, huh? It's the orange box. So what could you expect from season 3? Here, Thiago will also intervene, because Thiago made the whole editing of the rules.
All the rules and stuff.
So he knows better than me. But here I will introduce some team. Then he will complete explaining a little bit of the rules. We have new cards, team actions, because the first point is that you will play with team in the season 3. Inside the box, we will have 12 new characters. You will have a deck and new team abilities.
The thing with teams is you can use teams however you want. You can still play Zombicide as just one big team, essentially you against the zombies, or you can divide your survivors in up to 4 different teams of up to 6 survivors each. Each team should be balanced, and the thing is, it's not a deathmatch situation. You can cooperate or not according to the desires of the players. We always want to give players the freedom to do whatever they want in the game. But in the end of the game, if you are playing in a competitive mode, the team that gets the most XP, just adding it together, all the experience, is the winner. So, but the thing is, you are fighting zombies. So if you just kill everybody else, you have to deal with all the zombies by yourself. So there is some degree of cooperation that will still need to be there, even if you're going against each other. But one of the very interesting things about having teams is the team actions. So each team gets to choose 2 out of 3 actions that they can use once each round. And that is something that you will all kind of have to talk together when to use these things, because they can be very powerful and game-changing. For example, you can have a charge action, and when you call it, all your guys can just move for free into one zone and make a melee attack in there. So you can just crush their position in that zone. Or you can choose one zone and everybody in that zone rushes out and attacks everybody around them. Or you could have like just a simple move action. You just move everybody from one zone to another, or anybody into one specific zone. Or a shoot action. You just call in a barrage of shots and everybody gets to make a ranged attack against a single zone, or ranged attacks like from a single zone to anywhere. So these can really change the balance of how the flow of the game is going, and really give you an advantage if you play it right, if you plan right, if you position your guys in the right way.
Yeah, then we have new type of zombie. The Skinners. The Skinners, because we thought that this season 3 is coming a little later from the other 2 seasons, so the poor guys they need food. It's difficult to find food.
The apocalypse is going on, so
yeah.
there's less food around, you know.
Yeah.
Survivors are dwindling,
so
they're getting kind of
yeah.
skinny and kind of fragile.
Yeah, I wouldn't need that. Anyway, so we have Skinner zombies. The difference with the traditional zombie among Skinner and traditional zombie is not that high. It's not that high.
We want to keep things simple. So the Skinner zombie is just a variation on the classic zombies. The difference is when you kill them, there's a fair chance that they will keep on going as crawlers. So when you kill them, and if you roll any ones on your roll, you remove that guy and you put a crawler in, and that's just kind of half a zombie.
Nice die.
So you still have half a zombie crawling on the floor, still going after you. So you still have to deal with that guy. So if you kill 6 guys and you roll 6 ones, you will still need to deal with 6 more zombies. And these guys, because they're kind of on the floor, they are the last thing in the priority list. So they are really hard to get.
Yeah, sick bastards. You will see that we have this card, is the blue bed card. Yeah, as you might be aware, we are in a hospital set up, and we will have some tent. Okay. Yeah, that's very fun, this part. I've never finished one mission.
Yeah, but the thing is, you have the scenarios, and there are beds all over the hospital and in some tents. And what happens with the beds work similar to the sewers, the manholes. So the thing is, but you have lots of beds around. So you have 2 colors of beds, and you have those cars that spawn crawlers inside all beds in populated tiles. So you can, when you're walking around the hospital, it's not a safe area. There are corpses around. So you might just have all these beds spawning zombies all the time. And the tents, actually, you don't know what's inside those tents until you go into them, because they are tiles that you put on the board.
Cards.
They're cards on the board. And the thing is, they all look the same. They all look the one on the left. And only when you go into one, you can see what's inside. And some of them might be infirmary tents or administrative tents, which you can search and find good stuff. And you always will spawn zombies there. And if there's a bed there and you get a bed card, you just fill with crawlers. So
it's cruel.
It's cruel, yeah, but you have to explore the tents because you're looking for supplies and stuff.
So moving to other stuff you can imagine, we will have new special boxes. Now we have Miguel Coimbra, who made 7 Wonders, many games of Days of Wonder. He's one of the best artists in France. He made a couple of new characters, and he made a cheerleader. Now I hope that you forgive us, because we put the legs visible. So one of the criticisms we are getting very often is that we are presenting the woman a little bit too sexy either. So it's not completely true. You will see in the team and in the character of the season 3 that we pay really, really good attention to avoid this kind of concept. Actually, this is Paolo Parente, who is a good friend of mine. We work together at Dust. Paolo has really a limit. He's not able to draw a woman that is not showing some skin. So,
it's a weakness.
It's a weakness. It's a weakness. And then we have Edward, that is the main artist of Zombicide. Edward has a very particular style. He's applying a certain style to Zombicide, but we asked him to do something that he would love to. So it would be a different concept. It would be a little bit more art toys or different from what he draws normally. Edward is also doing all the Crossmaster Arena drawings to give you an idea who is the artist. So we asked him to make a couple of characters. One is this kid, and the other one is really something strange. He's a girl dressed like a rabbit. But you will see it. And new stuff. So we will have new zombie boxes, very interesting. You will discover during the Kickstarter. I will not tell you everything now. New weapons. We will have very, very interesting weapons during the campaign. The optional player versus player rules. You are not obliged to play once against the other. It's not really something that you have to do. It's optional. It's very important because there are people who love this part, and people say, no, we don't want to play one against the other. So it's really up to you. Then yes, we will have something that is not really, this is more for the core gamers, but we will have a mini deck, a mini expansion. We haven't decided yet the formula, but it will be in the Kickstarter, where you will create you will enforce your character. It will be an RPG element in the way you will play Zombicide. But really, this will be out of the season 3. It will be a little standalone product, so not really needed unless you want to really be immersive in the game. Plastic scenery, like the doors. We will have the barricades somewhere there, and I will show you. 3D elements I told you. We will have some nice plastic tokens. So the tokens that are now in paper, we are studying now, thanks to Steven, who is the guy in China who has all the crazy idea that we try to.
Yes, very nice plastic tokens.
In plastic tokens. New pets. You have seen maybe in the Facebook page that we put a Storm of Crows in. Actually, the rules are in development, so don't ask me about the rules. I don't know.
Me neither.
And we are just waiting. Rough ideas. We will see. And what else? Am I missing something?
Yeah, I think that there's more.
Yeah.
There'll be more.
Oh yeah, Angry Birds. Yeah, sorry, we made another expansion. So it's a little expansion. The box is not little, but you remember that during the last campaign we sold some slots that were the I'm a hero, I am zombie. People were buying So there was a mistake during the campaign of Kickstarter because we had 2 slots of I'm a hero, and I don't know how 3 persons were able to buy it. So we couldn't put them in the season 3. Then we had all these guys who bought the special. This guy, and this guy. They bought the right to be a zombie. So we say, okay, let's make a special box for these guys. So we created a new type of zombie that Thiago will explain in a few seconds, and we put them these 3 heroes, 4 heroes. We have here Tiff, Julien, Adam, and this guy is he didn't buy the slot I am hero, but every year we just make an internal raffle. We take the guy that is we like the most during the Kickstarter for his comments. So he's a very nice guy that we enjoy to discuss with during the campaign. So we decided he deserved to be in the box. We put him there. Go on.
Or maybe just so we could kill him cruelly with his new zombies. The thing is, as you know, Zombicide, things can only get worse and they get worse. So in this box we introduced the Seeker zombies, which at face value they don't seem like much. They are just like walkers, but the difference is they don't have extra activation cards. They just have the spawn cards. But whenever you draw one of their spawn cards, they act as extra activation cards. So all of the Seeker zombies get a new activation. So they are very likely to go running after you time and time again. So you really need to be careful about them. But they are still walkers. They're still the first in the priority list. So you can try to deal with them, but just don't let them hang around too long, because you could have just a sequence of Seeker spawn cards and they will get to you very fast. So they are really unpredictable. They're not like runners where you know how much they're going to walk, because they can walk just 1 or 3 in a single turn, depending on how the cards turn out. But we do give you some resources to deal with them in this expansion. There's one interesting scenery thing. There are holes in the ground. We have this on the board, just some holes that, for you to get out of a hole, you need to spend 2 extra actions. So you need 1 action to move and 2 more just to get out. So a survivor, okay, it's a problem when you're in a hole, but you can get out. But most of the zombies don't have more than 2 actions to move, so they will all be trapped in the hole. And if you have some ability like the shove ability, you can just throw them in the hole and they'll stay there. Although dogs will get out. So
yeah, then we have the issue with the berserker.
what's up with that? Ah, yeah.
We forgot that.
Yeah, actually,
This is the,
just
you can
backtracking a little bit. This is
Yeah.
actually from the core box, from the
Yeah.
reward core box. This is the Abomination, which is the A-bomb Abomination.
A-bomb, yeah.
Yeah, and the thing with him is he will not let you go far, because when he ends his activation, he just pulls everybody around him to his zone. So you really need to get some distance from him. Otherwise, he'll just get you in, and you run out, and he'll get you in again. So you need to be very
And
careful
he's
about
married,
that.
he has a wife. We made an abomination.
And I wouldn't say she's too sexualized.
No. Reminds my own. And this one will be a Kickstarter exclusive.
Anyway, and another way to deal with all these threats are we have now human companions.
Oh, yeah.
Aside from dog companions, now you can find some allies in the board. So we'll have these guys just scattered around the board as tokens, and when you find them, when you collect those tokens, you get an ally. And he works similar to the dogs, but the thing is, he stays by your side, and we have different kinds of allies, like gunman, handyman, a searcher, a sniper. And what they do is, they give you both a passive ability and they have an active ability, which you can use an action to activate. So, for example, if you have a gunman with you, you'll get a +1 ranged, 1 more die to ranged attacks. He's helping you fire. But you can spend one of your actions and have him fire his pistol. So you don't even need to have a ranged weapon. He can shoot for you. And the very neat thing is, if you have several companions in the same zone, even if they're yours or from other survivors, when you call a shot from him, they'll all fire at once. So you can have like just a platoon of guys firing forward on your command. Or you can have like a handyman, which allows you to build barricades anywhere. Or a searcher, which gives you like 1 more card when you search. And also he doesn't take a card slot. Or you can have a sniper, which he has a sniper rifle, which, as you know, is very, very useful in taking out dogs and runners and now crawlers. And he also gives you extra range. So these guys can really be played to very, very, very effectively, especially if you can get several of them in the same zone and call an action from a group of them.
Yeah, this is part of the things that you will see during the campaign. Our target is really the last week of June, to be live in the last week of June. You know that we might have delays. We are putting all together the stuff. The season 3 plastic is ready. Most of the plastic is ready. We are tooling now the angry neighbors and other stuff that you will discover during the campaign. We are trying to diversify a little bit. We will have promotional survivor. Yes, we will have definitely. But because we have to think that it's not really given that who backed the season 1 and the season 2 will back the season 3, or who is backing the season 3 back the 2 precedent seasons, so they need to have some more variety. The fact that we have this team playing system finally will give a better use of all the character that you have in your box. And if you have questions, we are here, and this is not my own, but it's a nice image I found on the net. So if you have questions on Zombicide, we will be very happy to answer if we can and if we know the answer. And then we have a little announcement that is very important for Guillotine Games, but we will first of all the questions that you might have. Yes.
You said you think you have the best miniatures. Why is it that you're able to make the best miniatures?
Well, the guy that is on that guy, yeah, is the guy who is doing all the production in China.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Steven, and is part of, for us, is part of the family of Guillotine Games. He has his own company, he's running his own company in China, but one of the reasons of the success that we have is because Steven is doing the job that he's doing. So whenever we have Elfrido Rafal who are finishing one of our sculpts, and there are two of the best sculptors that you can see in the market, Steven is taking the original and he's working on it. First of all, the first point is that we are trying always to have in one piece so you don't have to assemble. Another point that we do believe that is one of the reasons why we think they are the best miniature is because they are not 3D modeled. Now, it's obvious that from here to the next 3-4 years, the 3D modeling on computer would be better and better, and it would be certainly a tool that everybody in the industry would use, everybody. And as if you remember when we started using the laptop and the laptop we are using now, of course, you can imagine that the fantastic thing that we will have to in 3-4 years from now. But today, the manual sculpt is better because it's giving more life to the miniature. Because with the 3D sculpts, that's my opinion, of course, you can't really give a lot of details in the expression. You can't put certain elements that only a good manual sculptor that is an artisan is able to do. So we do believe that this is one of the reasons. The second reason that we have a great producer in China who is producing the best molds available. And then we think also that our background at Rackham that produced very good miniatures at the time is playing an important role. So that's the reason. It's our opinion, of course. So we might be wrong. We don't think we are. Yes?
What are the new weapons that you added?
Well, we have some interesting weapons. On the Cobra Season 3, you can see we have some more rudimentary weapons like bows and swords. Because the thing is, the supplies are running out. You might have to make do with what you find nowadays. So automatic weapons are not that easy to come by. So we have this kind of going back in time as we're going forward. So we have these rudimentary things that behave in a very interesting way. Let's see what else. Swords have bows. One interesting thing with the competitive mode is you get a bulletproof vest. Yeah, it never jams.
The bulletproof, I found it.
Yeah, because in competitive mode, things can get really ugly really fast. So you want to give everybody a little bit of protection. So this thing can stop two wounds you would be getting. You flip them over, so kind of get a little bit more of a more bite.
It's an old one.
Yeah,
you know
we
it.
do have some repeats and some new stuff.
Oh, a knife. It's new.
Yeah. That's a nasty one.
Oh, this is nice. This is nice.
Yeah.
You just avoid to have crawlers.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. We have some cool stuff. We have some combo weapons.
Mac 10.
That's a lot of dice being rolled with that weapon there. Yeah, we have some of the old combined weapons and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, saber.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so just some fun new stuff to play around with.
Okay. This is sword. Oh, this is the Urban makes. This is an actual weapon that Raphael built himself.
That worries me a bit, but all right.
I don't know how he came up with this idea, but we put it into the game. So
Okay. I think that's enough. Let's leave some.
I just want to thank you for making the game. Not only does my local gaming group, we play Zombicide a lot, but we love the miniatures, and I love the miniatures from the game, and we paint them all up. And not only do we play Zombicide, but we play a lot of other skirmish games with it. And there's been a lot of skirmish games that I feel have popped up because of what you guys have done providing the miniatures. But we talked as a group about a week ago of if there was one thing we could request or ask. I'm sure y'all get tons of requests, but what we thought about was this, to ask you if you would consider for in the future. Here in the States, there are very few modern military miniatures available. There's a good many in Europe. And so our thoughts were this, in the zombie apocalypse, there's going to be a lot of remnants of the military left. And we were wondering if you would consider in some of your expansion boxes some modern military miniatures in future sets, or if you thought that was a good idea or a bad idea.
We thought about it, and we discussed among us, and definitely we have 2 or 3. After Zombicide 3, I think we will take a longer break, because we have to also, not to exaggerate, but we will take a little longer break on, doesn't mean that we will not have a season 4, we will probably have a season 4, maybe we will not have a season 4 in the next year, we will do something else probably. We will make maybe an expansion, and one of the theme of the expansion is military. We have three topics. One of them, we have definitely Raphael wants to do it because you have seen the urban maze he built is great, and he wants really to do this kind. Then we have to see how we have to imagine what this military would be.
Effects for the game.
Yeah, in the game, because they are killer machine. We have to balance at the end. But yes, it's definitely one of the options.
It is on the plate.
You had a question?
Can we see all the promos?
The promos. Then you come here at the end. I will show what I have here. And maybe you go home with one.
I would like to compliment you as far as being a painter, and like my friend said, we paint all of the miniatures. They're just much more fun to play with that way. But as far as the production, the mold lines, the flashing is very minimal, and that's really appreciated by those of us who sit and take time to paint. You don't have to remove all that. So very
You thank that guy there.
Very good quality.
Who is chatting? Other question? There was another question?
I was interested to see, since you are going to delay, or not delay, but have a longer span between season 3 and 4, is there any opportunity to maybe release different map sets by themselves? Because there's a lot of basic components, but more maps would be a welcome addition.
Definitely there is. What I can tell you is that definitely we will have an expansion, not probably a full season. This is the idea, and then we will see. We change mind all the time. But yes, we want to give more and more diversification in the maps. That's for sure. Yes.
Have you thought about using sewers as shortcuts or escape routes?
Actually, I think we had some scenarios in the contest that used them as shortcuts, and that it works in specific scenarios. So that's what we love about the game. You can do with them what is the more fun for you. So yeah, it does work in certain scenarios. So all the power to you.
Yes.
The regular walkers and the runners are a different color than the toxics and the berserkers. Have you thought about making the skinners and the crawlers different colors as well?
You have seen the A-bomb?
Is they going to be the same?
Yeah, that's the color.
Okay.
That's the color.
So they are all different colors. We want them to be easily identifiable.
Got it.
Yeah. The colorblind hate us. Questions? Yes.
I'm a big Apple user. I have an iPhone, I have an iPad, and I have downloaded the Zombicide app, but has not been updated. And Prison Break and
on the app, you ask him. No.
Oh yeah, the app.
It's coming, really. If tomorrow you're around here, okay, I will have my iPad. I can show you how the application is working.
think the new version of the app is a completely different thing from the old one, because you can practically play the whole game with the app. You don't have to draw cards. You don't have to. It plays
just tiles.
The thing is, what I can say, I don't like playing games on apps, and I enjoy playing Zombicide with that new app. And
will the special characters like the Eva and all them be?
We'll have the lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
And will it be updated when season 3 comes out also?
The good thing with this app,
Hopefully.
Yes.
the thing is, because of this app, because it's so complex, it took a long while to develop. We're already creating season 3, so we are already creating this app with season 3 in mind. So the systems are all very ready to receive all the content from season 3. So from now on, we really want this app to be easily upgradable, easily always up to date with the game, and that's our kind of a hub to play the game with.
No, but
for those
if
who
tomorrow
like
you are around, I will be with my iPad. I can show you some features. It's not the final one, of course. We are fixing some bugs as usual, because it takes doing this kind of apps.
It's a much more complex one.
Yeah, it's really complex.
Okay. Since it's going to be more complex, will there be a cost along with the?
Yes.
Yes, there will.
Yes,
Do you
we
know?
will give for free the season 1 content. We will give for free the characters that unfortunately came out without the numbers on the season 2. Yeah, but to get the Toxic City Mall or the set for Prison Outbreak, yes, there will be a cost. We have limited as much as we could, but really, if you wanted to know where's part of the money was going of the Kickstarter, well, I discovered that doing apps it's expensive, and so, but it will be really. I'm an Apple user. I use a lot of the apps. Is moderate. Is really moderate. If you compare to the peers in the market of other companies, it's lower. Last
will
one?
there be like another weapon, like a flamethrower to kill the Abomination?
How do you have to kill Abominations?
The A-bomb is just killed with one weapon.
Yeah, the A1 is Abomination, so you can only kill with 3 damage and all that. I don't remember if you have any other Abomination killing things.
No.
I don't, I'm not sure.
No, the A-bomb is really tough to kill this season.
Yeah, just have to get away from.
It's a real mess.
Just run.
Yeah, run.
Stay away from him.
Okay, now, moving, I think, no other question? Good. Moving to other thing. Zombicide is the only game that we developed at Guillotine Games. It's, we are a small company, we are a small group, we don't have an office, we work from different locations altogether. And we always wanted to do other games. We have ideas, we have projects, and at the end we realized that to put the project that we want alive, we have to collaborate with other studios, with other people, with professionals around. One professional is this gentleman here. He has Eric Lang. I don't know if you're familiar with his work, but he made some games. Now someone is calling you. Maybe it's Christian Peterson. And the last big game he made is Marvel Dice Masters. It's a fantastic game. This game with Mike Elliott. Chaos Ball that you can play. Arcadia Quest. That Thiago is one of the creator of Arcadia Quest as well. So, and I'm a very good friend of Mike McVeigh, and I'm also a big friend of Karl Kopinski and Adrian Smith, who is familiar with Games Workshop, knows these two names. They are two of the main artists that created a lot of stuff at Games Workshop's time. So we sit together and we think what we can do. Something new, something different, creating an IP. And we came out with an idea that I will show you the video that is a teaser that we will launch tomorrow. I can find that. Oh, here it is, the others. You see, we are very advanced with this. And I will show you the video. Like this. This.
A secret power.
You don't see anything.
In the darkness, in the depths, born of sin, born of corruption, the ancient menace is summoned again. And what stands between us and complete annihilation? Only faith. From Guillotine Games and Studio McVeigh, a horrifying new saga begins. The 7 sins have manifested. They destroy us from within. They claw their way into our world. The others. Be prepared or be consumed.
Okay, this is a project that is 1 year now that we are working on. It's we are finishing now the 2D and 3D art is almost done. Eric, you can eventually tell a few words because the game is from Eric, and yeah, you can give an idea of the type of game that they could expect, the type, without entering too much in detail on the IP. Try, yeah, now.
As broadly as possible, it is a horror game. It's a personal horror game about temptation, corruption, where a group of heroes have to save the city from the most horrifying types of people that are around, which are going to be played by one player, versus the team heroes up to 5. And I don't know how much more detail I should go into. But
yeah. Oh, this is a miniature.
So one guy plays those guys, and the other guys have to kill them.
Would be in plastic.
The thing that's going to make this game a little different from other horror games is that the heroes, while battling these, have to also, the powers that they use to fight them are also corrupting. So they have to balance the ability to save their own city and without themselves hurting people.
Yeah, and
really exciting to work on.
It would be, it's a big project for us. It's a really, really important project. We are taking the time that is needed. It would be different from Zombicide. It's a different game. We had to create an IP. It's not like a zombie game. You don't need to create any kind of IP. So we really believe in it. We will. We hope to present the game at Gen Con just to in the form of playable game, showing some miniatures. You have seen that really we are using the best sculptor available in the market. So we think that the world would be very, very appealing and interesting. Then it's up to you guys if you will like or dislike the game. It will be a different game from Zombicide. Don't expect Zombicide with monsters, because this will not be the game.
Aren't zombie monsters?
Eh?
Aren't zombies monsters?
No, not at all. You know me at 8 a.m. in the morning. Yeah. Anyway, so if you want to it's time to close. We have 5 minutes. If you want to come here and see the minis of the season 3 and some dice, just come here and watch. There is no problem. I don't bite. Yeah. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for inviting me.